The sound of the slap cracked through the street like a gunshot. Conversations froze. A shopping bag hit the pavement. And in that single second, my 8-year-old daughter's face turned from confusion to shock, her hand slowly rising to her cheek as my brother's voice rang out, loud enough for everyone to hear. "You're raising her useless, just like you." Time didn't stop, but I did. My heart dropped so fast it felt physical, like something tearing loose inside my chest. People stared. Phones lifted. My daughter looked at me, eyes wide, searching my face for safety, for an explanation, for proof that the world hadn't just decided she deserved this. I pulled her to me, felt her shaking, felt something else rise in me too, quiet, cold, and unstoppable. My brother didn't even look sorry. He stood there like a judge delivering a sentence, like he'd done the world a favor. This was the same man who always talked about respect and discipline, who loved power more than people. He smirked and walked away, confident. He thought that was the end of it. He had no idea that was the beginning. That night, my daughter didn't cry much. That hurt worse. She asked one question, over and over, in different ways. Why did he hate me? I sat on her bed long after she fell asleep, staring at the wall, replaying the sound of that slap in my head until it felt like it was echoing inside my bones. I made a promise then, not out loud, but deep enough that it settled into me like a vow. I wasn't going to scream. I wasn't going to hit back. I was going to make sure he never felt powerful again. The next morning, I started with facts. I went back to the street and talked to the shop owners. 2 had security cameras. 1 had already saved the footage. I didn't ask them to take sides. I just asked for the truth. By noon, I had video from 3 angles. Clear, undeniable. A grown man striking a child. The sound, the reaction, the crowd. Then I went to people he cared about, his employer, his community group, the family members who always defended him. I didn't rant. I didn't insult him. I sent the video with 1 sentence. This is what he did to my daughter in public. The silence that followed was louder than anything he'd ever said to me. By evening, my phone started ringing. Relatives who'd ignored me for years suddenly wanted to talk. His boss asked for a meeting. His community leader asked if the video was real. I said yes every time and let the evidence speak. I filed a report not out of revenge, but out of responsibility, because my daughter deserved to see that adults protect children, even when it's uncomfortable. When my brother finally showed up at my door, he looked smaller, not apologetic, smaller. His voice shook with anger, not guilt. He said I'd ruined him. I looked past him, down at my daughter drawing on the floor, peaceful, safe, and I said the only thing that mattered. You did that yourself. The consequences came fast. He was suspended from work pending investigation. His community group removed him until further notice. Family gatherings became very quiet. People stopped laughing at his jokes, stopped backing away when he raised his voice. Power hates daylight, and I had opened every curtain. Weeks later, my daughter stood in front of her class for a show-and-tell presentation. She talked about kindness, about how being strong doesn't mean being loud. I watched her, standing tall, unafraid, and I realized something important. Revenge isn't always loud. Sometimes it's calm. Sometimes it's justice walking slowly, but refusing to stop. My brother wanted to humiliate us publicly. Instead, he taught my daughter a lesson he never learned himself, that dignity survives cruelty and accountability always catches up. And every time someone looks at him differently now, every time his voice carries less weight than it used to, I remember that slap and smile just a little.